Hi everyone, this is Sociology 321 Race, Ethnicity, and Inequality. This is the orientation video. You should be watching this to get an overview of the class, but know that all of this information is already included in your syllabus. So I actually highly suggest that as you're going through this, that you also take a look at the syllabi just to kind of keep up. A little bit about me. I'm a full-time faculty member here in the Department of Sociology at Sacramento City College. You can find me oftentimes, especially on Tuesdays and Thursdays, in Rada South 259. My contact information is listed there. You can always, if you need to get in touch with me, you can email me or you can also call that number. Any voicemail messages that are left on my voicemail are forwarded to my email. So some important information to note, you must log into our Canvas website by 11:59 p.m. on Saturday, August 19th. This is the first day of class. If you do not log in, so you should note that in Canvas I can track how long you've been on the website, what pages you've clicked on, etc. But if you've not logged in and also filled out your introduce yourself discussion board, by the end of the day on the 19th, you will be dropped from class. This is the equivalent of not showing up for the first day of class if you don't do this assignment. Second, it's also really important that you acquaint yourself with Canvas. The entire Los Rios system is no longer going to be on D2L after this semester, so I've actually already migrated all of my stuff over to Canvas. Third, as I already previously noted, you should review the syllabus. And also go to introduce yourself to the discussion board and answer the questions that I've listed on that discussion board. In terms of our course description, this course examines patterns of ethnic relations. The course emphasis is domestic, but includes investigations of global concerns. And we cover a lot of topics here, including discrimination, prejudice, social stratification, inequality, racism, sexism, ageism, homophobia, and other related topics. By the end of this class, you should be able to apply and critique the sociological theories of racism and privilege as a means of maintaining domination and oppression. You should be able to evaluate how social processes and social inequality and social relationships have shaped the experiences of various underrepresented groups in the U.S. You should be able to assess the outcomes and identify the origins of prejudice and discrimination. And you should also be able to identify social processes that lead to conflict and cooperation among underrepresented groups in the U.S. Succeeding in this course. This is a very fast-paced 8-week class. You are required to do 2 weeks worth of work in 1 week. Please make sure you dedicate the time needed to be successful. At a minimum, you're going to be needing to put in at least 15 hours a week with the reading, the lectures, the videos you have to watch for this class. So, but more than likely, it's going to be more than 15 and closer to 20, 22. So again, we're doing 2 weeks in one, so you need to be able to keep up. There is no room to fall behind in this class, and note that because this is a first 8-week class, we have absolutely no holidays or other breaks that break up the semester. You need to allocate time to listen to online lectures, read materials for the class, writing your notes, completing homework, and doing the discussion board and peer responses. We are on Canvas. So in order to log into our website, you go to canvas.losrios.edu. Learn it, know it, love it. This is going to be how we interact. Plan to log on to our class Canvas page a minimum of 4 times per week. I do not send emails to non-Los Rios accounts, so please make sure that you log into your Los Rios email account as well, because you will need to make sure that your Canvas notifications are forwarding to that email. Everything that you need for this class is housed in Canvas. We have no books for this class. All of the readings are online. This includes, in addition, you have discussion boards, syllabi, assignments. Everything will be found in our Canvas shell. If you need in-person help in order to learn how to use Canvas, you could go to our Learning Resource Center, otherwise known as the library, room 144, and the Student Resource Desk can help you. There are a number of required readings for this class. If you take a look at the syllabus, it maps it out by week. All readings or links to readings and videos are found in our Canvas shell under the Modules tab in the course readings section. On occasion, I may ask you to read newspaper articles or to look up something in the newspaper or to find a newspaper article related to a topic. Not all newspapers are created equally, and these are the pre approved newspapers that I allow you to pull from. Um, I also reserve the right to change or alter parts of the scheduled reading and syllabus if I feel like we need to spend more time on things or if we need to skip ahead. There are a number of course requirements for this class: attendance and participation. Because we're online, attendance works a little differently. Know that if you fail to complete 4 assignments in this class, that could be discussion boards, your discussion boards responses, your homework, your quizzes. This will result in you being dropped from this course. Participation in this class, your voice matters. Your ideas, perspectives, and questions are an important part of the learning process. So I expect you to participate in discussions on the discussion boards. If you're asked a question, respond. Also, you can ask general questions I have a separate discussion board set up so that if you have questions about information or topics related to the course, you can type it in and I'll respond to those as well. The greater majority of your feedback from me will come in more individual write-ups regarding grades for the class. But on occasion, I will also pipe in and write responses on the discussion boards as well. Lecture and reading journal. I expect you to keep notes on everything you read. So everything that you see listed on the syllabus, you need to have a reading journal entry for. There's a template in the module section that tells you what you should be noting, and you should also be keeping notes on all of your lectures. Twice during this 8-week course, I will require you to upload your reading journals, your lecture and reading journal, for me to take a look at so that I can spot check, and each time I have you uploaded is worth 20 points. Also note that if you are someone who handwrites your answers, you can also come by my office hours, or we can schedule a time where you can meet up with me to show me your reading journal so that you don't have to take pictures of everything and upload it. In terms of your discussion board entries and responses, discussion board entries are 24 points each. You have 6 entries and 100, which are worth 144 points total. These discussion board entries ask you a series of questions related to the readings, and it's important for you to know that this is one of the number 1 ways in which I can assess whether or not you've been doing your work. The questions are designed in such a way that it assesses your understanding of the concepts I lecture on, the materials you've read, and how you apply those ideas together. Each entry should be between 400 and 500 words, and then be posted to the board by 8 a.m. on Saturday morning. So your discussion board responses, by Sunday night, I expect all of you to respond to at least 2 of your peers in your small group. Each of you have been put into these small groups of about 7 to 8 other students. You are required to respond to 2 of your classmates' posts per discussion board entry topic. Discussion board responses are due on Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Each week you will do a total of 2 responses, with the exception of weeks 4 and 8, and you should ask questions that draw out similar or different interpretations of materials or add additional information from the readings. You are graded based on the same criteria as discussion board entries, these responses again are due on Sunday night at 11:59. Also note that responding to questions asked of you also counts towards your participation grade. And so although there are no sort of specific points attached to this, I do positively factor this in your participation and overall score for this class. Homework and quizzes are worth 60 points. The homework consists of short assignments that require you to answer questions about the reading or write responses to videos and newspaper articles or conduct observations. Homework is submitted through the Canvas assignments module. Reading quizzes, on occasion you'll be required to complete an unannounced reading quiz. These are online and timed. The quiz should take no more than 15 minutes to complete, and once you log in and access the quiz, you must take the quiz, and quizzes are based off of basic information from the required readings. You also have a midterm and final in this class. Each of them are worth 50 points. They're non-cumulative, so the first 4 weeks will be tested in midterm 1, and the last 4 weeks of the class will be tested in the final exam. They can cover material presented in lectures, readings, and videos. And I may ask you to discuss two theories. So I may ask you a question where I ask you to compare and contrast or to tell me about different theories. So, for example, I may ask you to discuss two theories of race and demonstrate how the core ideas apply to three readings from class. I will upload the midterm on Tuesday, September 5th by midnight, and you must complete it by Sunday, September 10th at 11:59. Final, you'll have a little more time because we end on a Wednesday. So I'll upload the final on Wednesday, October 4th by midnight, and you must complete it by Wednesday, October 11th. With any of the stuff that you have assigned for this class, you are always welcome to upload it early. You do not need to upload it on the day of. And so I encourage you to work ahead where possible. A note on late work: a makeup exam or quiz will only occur when there are exceptional circumstances. You're asked to provide written proof of the exceptional circumstances, and you must notify me of the situation at least one day prior to class on the due date, and I may need to ask for additional corroborating evidence. Because this is an online class, attendance works a little differently. The class Canvas page tracks your activity, and I'm able to see when you have most recently logged into the class and what you have viewed and completed. So just like any other class here at Sac City, you can still be dropped from the class for not attending. The difference is that in this class, attending means logging into the class and completing coursework. If you do not log on into the class Canvas page by the end of the first day on the 19th, or contact me by phone or email, I will drop you from the class at the end of the first day. After that, over the course of the semester, you are expected to miss no more than 2 units of material, which is 4 assignments. This corresponds to 2 weeks of material in a 16-week long course, or 1 week of material in an 8-week long course. If you miss more than 2 units of coursework, you are expected to contact me immediately about your situation so that we can determine together whether it's possible for you to stay in the class. In this class and on the discussion boards, we are discussing issues of race, which at times can be very contentious. It is very important that we follow group agreements. If you fail to follow the group agreements and if you're given a warning and still fail to comply, I will dismiss you from the class as well. Group agreements mean that we respect one another, that we have active listening and active engagement, in this case really active reading and active engagement, being open-minded, knowing when that you want to, what we call step up or step back, meaning that you need to respond, or sometimes you need to read more and read what people are saying. You should always ask questions and be ready to learn. So again, to reiterate, keys to success: know how to access and use Canvas, read all assigned materials, and complete assignments in a timely fashion, ask questions, use all your SEC resources, follow our group agreements, and don't violate the SEC Code of Conduct. Please also note that if you have any need for accommodation, as noted in the syllabus, I am happy to accommodate you. You can call me or come by or email me. There are numerous learning resources on campus, as well as we have disability resource services as well. Just make sure you send me the paperwork for any accommodations as soon as possible. Finally, know that I check my email at least twice a day at 10 in the morning and 9 at night. I try to respond to all inquiries within 24 to 36 hours. And you can, of course, call me or go to my office. Looking forward to the semester in this next 8 weeks and to reading all about you as soon as possible.